A haunting yet mesmerizing melody plays as the cosmic night sky unfolds before us. The constellation of Scorpio glows fiercely, and a mystical gateway shimmers open. A single tarot card emerges from the shadows. Death. But don't be afraid. This is not an end. This is your rebirth. Scorpio, the time has come. The universe is shifting, and with it so are you. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. You may have felt the weight of the past pressing down on you. Challenges, heartbreaks, and the feeling of constantly fighting unseen battles. But hear this, the struggle is almost over. March 2025 is not just another month. It is your gateway to transformation, abundance, and a destiny that has been waiting for you all along. The stars have aligned in a way that rarely happens. A rare cosmic event is unfolding, one that carries the power to completely shift your financial and emotional reality. Some of you will experience an unexpected windfall, perhaps a lottery win, a surprise inheritance, or a long overdue financial breakthrough. But the real wealth? It is the liberation of your soul, the shedding of old fears, the awakening of your highest potential. This is the turning point you've been waiting for. Scorpio, your life is about to change, but the real question is, are you ready to step into your power? In Buddhist philosophy, every hardship is a door to enlightenment. Pain is not punishment, it is preparation. You were never meant to stay in suffering. The universe has been clearing the path for you, even when it seemed like everything was falling apart. What if I told you that everything you've lost was never truly lost, but simply making space for something greater? Take a deep breath, feel your heartbeat, and repeat after me, I am ready. I release the past. I welcome all the blessings that are meant for me. If you feel this message resonating within you, type I receive in the comments below. The universe listens when you declare your truth. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see your future. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. There is a moment in every cycle where the energy shifts, where life pauses between what was and what is about to be. For Scorpio, March 2025 is that moment. It is a time of profound reflection, of looking inward, of understanding the silent transformations that have been occurring beneath the surface. The presence of Saturn in your fourth house is not just about external challenges. It is about the deeper restructuring of your inner world. The fourth house governs home, family, and the emotional foundations that shape who you are. When Saturn moves through this space, it demands honesty, discipline, and a willingness to confront the shadows of the past. You may feel a heavy sense of responsibility, as if the weight of your origins, your childhood, or your ancestral roots is pressing upon you. But this is not a burden. It is an initiation. It is the universe asking you to redefine what home truly means, not just as a place but as a state of being. This period is not meant to be easy. Saturn never offers comfort, it offers growth. If you have been feeling disconnected from family, if unresolved wounds have resurfaced, or if you find yourself questioning the very structures you have relied upon, know that this is part of a greater rebalancing. Sometimes, life strips away the familiar so that we may discover what is truly solid. This is not a time to cling to the past, but to rebuild, brick by brick. Something stronger, something more aligned with who you are becoming. The Hermit appears in your reading as a guiding force. Unlike the chaos of external change, the Hermit turns inward, retreating into the quiet to seek answers that the outside world cannot provide. This is not isolation in the painful sense. It is solitude with purpose. It is the moment the traveler leaves behind the noise of the village and climbs the mountain to see the world from a higher perspective. It is a time of self-discovery, of deep listening, of allowing wisdom to emerge from within. When everything external seems uncertain, the only true light comes from inside. But solitude is not always easy to embrace. Many people fear being alone, mistaking it for loneliness. Yet some of the greatest transformations occur in silence. Consider this. The seed does not sprout in the sunlight but in the darkness of the earth. It is not formed in open waters but within the closed shell. Growth is often unseen, yet it is in these unseen moments that the most powerful changes take place. If you feel distant from others, if you are moving through a phase of withdrawal, do not resist it. Instead, use it. This is your time to learn, to reflect, to refine the vision of the life you are meant to build. The number 9 emerges as your guiding frequency this month. A number of completion, of closing one chapter to prepare for the next. Carries the wisdom of all the numbers before it, the accumulated lessons of every phase that has led you to this moment. To be in alignment with this energy is to understand that every ending holds the seed of a new beginning. This is not a time to resist change, but to step into it with grace. This phase of your journey is not about immediate action, but about gathering strength. It is about recognizing the deeper patterns that have shaped your experiences and choosing consciously which ones you will carry forward. Saturn is asking you to fortify your emotional foundation. The Hermit is inviting you to seek truth beyond the noise. The number 9 is reminding you that you are on the cusp of something new. Embrace this moment. Honor the silence. Trust that what is falling away is only making space for something far greater. Change is rarely comfortable, but it is always necessary. The Death card in tarot is one of the most misunderstood symbols, yet it holds one of the most profound messages. Transformation is not an option. It is inevitable. This is not about endings in the way we fear them. It is about releasing what no longer serves us so that something greater can take its place. The 3 of Swords alongside it reinforces this idea, speaking to the pain that often accompanies change. Heartache, disappointment, and moments of deep realization are not punishments. They are catalysts. They break us open so that something new can emerge. Scorpio, a sign ruled by Pluto, understands this more than any other. Yours is the sign of regeneration, of cycles that demand release and renewal. If there is any energy that thrives in the face of endings, it is yours. Yet even knowing this, letting go is not always easy. There are attachments we hold on to, relationships that once felt unshakable, habits that provided comfort, mindsets that shaped our reality for so long that we mistake them for truth. But if you look closely, you will notice that the things you cling to most tightly are often the very things that keep you bound. There is a well-known story about a man who carried a heavy sack of stones on his back. Each stone represented a regret, a past failure, a resentment he refused to release. Over time, the weight became unbearable, yet he still refused to let go. He had carried them for so long that he believed they were part of him. But when he finally set the sack down, something miraculous happened. He realized he had been free all along. He had simply forgotten how to put the burden down. The same is true for you. What burdens are you carrying that are no longer necessary? What beliefs, grudges, or fears have become so familiar that you mistake them for a part of your identity? Letting go is not about erasing the past. It is about releasing its hold over you. The past has already served its purpose. It taught you, shaped you, gave you experiences that refined your wisdom. But it was never meant to be carried forever. Rituals can be a powerful way to mark this transition. Writing down what you wish to release, then burning the paper is not just symbolic. It is a declaration. Fire transforms. It consumes, it purifies, it turns what was once solid into smoke and ash, carried away by the wind. The moment you watch those words dissolve into nothing, you are reminded that nothing is permanent, not even pain. And in that moment you create space. Space for new opportunities, for healing, for a version of yourself that is no longer bound by old wounds. When you allow yourself to grieve, you also allow yourself to heal. There is no shame in shedding tears. They are proof that something within you is being cleansed. Think of a tree in autumn. It does not cling to its leaves out of fear of bareness. It knows that shedding is necessary for the next cycle of growth. It knows that new leaves will come, and so will yours. This is your moment of release. Not as an act of loss, but as an act of power. You are not losing anything. You are choosing something greater. The weight you set down today is the freedom you gain tomorrow. You do not need to know exactly what lies ahead, only that it will be lighter, clearer, and filled with the space to become everything you were meant to be. Wealth is not just about numbers in a bank account. It is an energy, a flow, a rhythm that aligns with how we perceive value, effort, and opportunity. For Scorpio, March 2025 brings a shift in this rhythm, and it asks one crucial question. Are you truly ready to receive? The Star and the Ten of Pentacles appearing together is a rare and powerful combination. The Star represents clarity, guidance, and divine timing, while the Ten of Pentacles signals lasting abundance, financial security, and legacy. This is not fleeting luck. It is the foundation for something enduring. But the key to unlocking this lies in your mindset. Many people work tirelessly, believing that effort alone guarantees success. Hard work is essential, but it is not the only factor. If effort alone determined wealth, then the hardest workers in the world would be the richest. Yet time and time again we see that those who master both effort and strategy, action and mindset, are the ones who rise above. This is where your transformation begins. It is not about working harder. It is about working with intention. It is about understanding that money is not just earned. It is attracted, it is cultivated, it is sustained through wisdom. There is a concept that illustrates this well. Imagine two farmers. One works from dawn until dusk, planting, watering, and tending to his crops. He never rests, believing that if he works harder than everyone else, he will have the biggest harvest. But in his exhaustion, he forgets to study the soil, he does not adjust for the changing seasons, and he does not rotate his crops for better yield. The second farmer works with the same dedication, but he studies patterns, he adapts, he invests in better tools, he shares knowledge with others, and he rests when needed so he can make clearer decisions. When harvest season comes, who do you think prospers more? Effort without wisdom leads to struggle. Effort combined with wisdom leads to abundance. The ancient practice of energy flow in spaces aligns with this same principle. Just as the right actions create financial growth, the right environment cultivates opportunity. Placing symbols of abundance like a gold coin, a prosperity bowl, or a meaningful talisman in the northeast sector of your space is not superstition. It is a way of setting intention. Your surroundings reflect your inner state. A cluttered, stagnant environment mirrors a cluttered, stagnant mindset. A space designed with awareness and respect for energy flow becomes a place where new opportunities arise naturally. Then there is the art of giving. One of the greatest misconceptions about wealth is that holding on to money guarantees security. True wealth flows. It moves, it circulates, it expands. Those who understand this principle know that generosity is not just an act of kindness. It is an act of creation. The most successful people in the world give, not just because they can, but because they know that when they create value for others, value returns to them in ways beyond calculation. This does not mean reckless spending. It means strategic generosity. Investing in knowledge, in people, in causes that align with your values. The more you give wisely, the more you expand your own capacity to receive. Numerology confirms this shift. The number 8, often associated with financial mastery, is your guiding frequency now. It represents balance, giving and receiving, effort and intuition, power and responsibility. The wealth that is coming to you is not just about accumulation. It is about elevation. This is your moment to step beyond the mindset of scarcity and into the reality of sustainable prosperity. The doors are open. The question remains, will you walk through? Love is not simply about finding another person. It is about discovering the version of yourself that exists within the experience of connection. For Scorpio, March 2025 brings a shift in the way you approach relationships. Not just in romance, but in how you open yourself to trust, vulnerability, and shared purpose. With Venus illuminating your 5th house, this is not just love for love's sake. It is love as a force of creation, as an energy that inspires, as something that makes you come alive again. The Lover's card signals a choice, but not in the way people often assume. It is not about choosing between two people or two paths. It is about choosing whether you will step fully into the experience of love, or whether you will hold yourself back. Love always carries risk. It asks for courage. It demands presence. It is one thing to desire connection, but another to truly allow yourself to be seen. If you have been guarded, if past experiences have made you hesitant, this is the time to release that hesitation. To love is to participate in something larger than yourself, something unpredictable yet deeply fulfilling. It is not a guarantee of permanence, but it is always an opportunity for growth. The Knight of Cups moves toward love with an open heart, yet there is a delicate balance in his energy. He is romantic, poetic, led by emotions. But emotions can be fleeting, and true love requires more than just a feeling. It requires action, commitment, and the willingness to hold space for another person, even when it is not convenient. If you are single, this could be a time when someone enters your life with a connection that feels fated. But fate alone is not enough. It is what you do with that connection that determines its meaning. If you are in a relationship, this is a moment to deepen it, to ask whether you are showing up fully or whether you are only meeting halfway. Love is often spoken about as a grand, sweeping force, but it is also found in the smallest moments. The way someone listens, the way they remember things that matter to you, the way presence itself becomes a gift. Yet love cannot be approached as something to acquire. It is not a possession. It is not something to claim or control. It is an experience to step into with awareness and gratitude. There is a story of a traveler who carried a bowl of water while walking up a mountain. He held it so tightly, fearing he would spill a drop, that his hands cramped, and his focus narrowed only to the bowl itself. The more he gripped, the more unstable it became. Eventually, he realized that if he simply held it with ease, respecting the water but not fearing its movement, it remained steady in his hands. Love is the same. The more we try to control it, the more unstable it feels. But when we trust it, when we respect its natural flow, it moves with us, not against us. Venus in the 5th house brings an energy of romance, but also of joy and self-expression. This is not just about receiving love, but about embodying it. Love is creativity. Love is the way you engage with the world, the way you express yourself freely, the way you find beauty in small details. The more you cultivate that energy within yourself, the more naturally love finds its way to you. Whether you are calling in a new love or deepening an existing bond, this is a time to ask yourself, am I showing up fully? Am I allowing myself to experience love in its truest form without fear, without hesitation? If love has already arrived, acknowledge it. If it is on its way, prepare to receive it. Either way, your heart is expanding, and that is the most powerful thing of all. Destiny is not something that happens to you. It is something you create step by step, choice by choice. There is a powerful shift happening in your life right now, and while the universe may open doors, only you can decide to walk through them. The energy of the Emperor in Tarot reminds us of this truth. You are the architect of your reality, the one who lays the foundation and builds upon it with purpose. This is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about making the moment right. The decisions you make now, no matter how small, will define the life you step into. The actions you take daily, the habits you cultivate, and the mindset you reinforce are the silent forces shaping your future. It is easy to look at success, abundance, or fulfillment as something external, something that arrives when circumstances align just right. But what if it has always been within your reach, waiting for you to claim it? The most accomplished individuals are not necessarily the luckiest, nor the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who understood the simple truth. Consistency is power. A morning meditation practice, even for just 5 minutes, is not just about relaxation. It is about setting the tone for the day ahead. It is the act of creating space before the world fills your mind with distractions, a moment to align yourself before stepping into action. Breath is the most natural anchor we have. By focusing on it, you train your mind to remain steady no matter what arises throughout the day. Clarity is not something that arrives in chaos. It is cultivated through stillness. Writing down 3 things you are grateful for each night is not just about appreciation. It is about shifting perspective. The human mind is wired to focus on what is lacking, what is missing, what could be better. But when you actively train yourself to acknowledge what is good, what is working, what is present, you reshape your experience. What you focus on expands. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a practice that rewires the way you engage with life. Your physical space is a reflection of your internal state. A cluttered, stagnant environment often mirrors a mind weighed down by unnecessary burdens. Cleaning, organizing, and intentionally placing symbols of prosperity, especially in the northeast sector of your space, can serve as a powerful reminder of your goals. This is not about superstition. It is about energy flow. When your surroundings are clear, your thoughts become clearer. When you create an environment that supports your growth, you move through life with greater ease. Knowledge is one of the greatest investments you can make. Whether through a new book, a course, or a skill that refines your abilities, continuous learning is the key to staying adaptable. The world does not stand still, and neither should you. Those who embrace knowledge remain ahead, not because they are the smartest, but because they are the most open to growth. The Emperor represents wisdom earned through experience, but wisdom does not come without effort. Committing to lifelong learning ensures that you remain in control of your own evolution. And finally, giving is the most underestimated action of all. There is a misconception that holding on to wealth, time, or resources ensures security. But true abundance flows. It is not meant to be hoarded. Giving even a small portion creates a cycle of prosperity that inevitably returns. Not because of mystical forces, but because generosity creates connection, impact, and value beyond what is immediately seen. Those who give without fear understand that scarcity is an illusion. What you offer to the world in whatever form will find its way back to you. The Emperor stands tall not just with authority but with responsibility. Leadership is not just about making decisions, it is about taking ownership. This is your life, your path, your creation. Every action is a step toward the future you are building. The only question is, are you leading it with intention? Life is always in motion, constantly unfolding, shifting, and evolving. At this very moment, you stand at the edge of possibility, where the choices you make today will shape the reality you step into tomorrow. The insights you've gained in this journey are not just ideas. They are tools, keys that can unlock doors you once believed were closed. But knowledge alone is not enough. The true transformation happens when you take that first step, when you commit, even in the smallest ways, to aligning your daily actions with the life you truly desire. Change does not require grand gestures. It begins in the subtle, consistent choices. The way you start your morning, the way you frame your thoughts, the way you engage with the world around you. All of these seemingly small acts ripple outward, creating waves of impact. Imagine if, starting tomorrow, you dedicated just a few minutes each day to the practices we explored. Centering yourself through meditation, acknowledging the abundance in your life through gratitude, clearing both your space and your mind to make room for what's to come, learning something new to expand your potential, and giving freely, knowing that true wealth is never stagnant. What would your life look like in a week? In a month? In a year? You are not waiting for change. You are the change. Every decision you make, every belief you reinforce, every moment you choose intention over habit is a step toward your highest self. The Emperor card does not appear for those who are passive. It appears for those who are ready to claim responsibility, to step into leadership, not just in their careers, relationships, or financial endeavors, but in their own evolution. And that is you. So ask yourself, what is one thing you can commit to today that will bring you closer to the life you envision? Will you take that first deep breath each morning, grounding yourself before the world fills your mind with distractions? Will you acknowledge 3 things you are grateful for, training your awareness to shift from scarcity to abundance? Will you clear out something, whether physical clutter or a lingering self-doubt, that has been holding you back? These are not just questions, they are invitations. If this message resonates with you, let the universe hear it. Comment below, I am ready, and set your intention in motion. Your energy, your words, and your actions are powerful. They create, they shape, they call in what is meant for you. And if you know someone who needs this reminder, share this video with them, because sometimes the right message at the right time can change everything. Thank you for being here, for showing up for yourself, for choosing to invest in your growth. If you found value in this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another message meant for you. And if you have questions or want to dive deeper, leave a comment. I'll be here ready to continue this journey with you. You are exactly where you need to be. Keep moving forward. Keep choosing growth. And above all, keep believing in the limitless potential that already exists within you. I'll see you in the next video.